finger on the beat.
Look, trapping off this mobile feds is local, no conspiring. White girls up in NoHo, sniffing cocoa, blowing palm trees. Pick them, then we poke them up in NoHo. Don't love NoHo, that's the broco.
Just here with PolitiKan the podcast. We got another one here. With my boy Kalum for real. No.
So nigga, when you start rapping though, like in high school, we was playing football. What happened?
Yeah, right. Well, man, I was rapping in high school, too, with Glenda, but I didn't take it serious until I got out of high school. My cousin introduced me to my first studio, and then I made my first track and start doing it a little more. People saw that I had a talent in it, so I thought that I should take it more serious.
All right, well, tell the people where you from, you know what I'm saying, a little bit about your background.
Hey, well, first and foremost, I'm Commerce, and you're Commerce as well. I'll explain that further. But I'm from Rancho Cucamonga, California, in the Empire Stand Up. That's where we repping. That's where we from all day.
Yes, sir. So the name Commerce.
Yes, sir.
How you get that, man? What's the meaning behind it?
My pops actually start calling me Commerce, man. It's something about the currency and the exchange that what we are in, because everything that you see in this world is commerce. Everything that you look at, everything that you can imagine is commerce. You're commerce, I'm commerce. So when I was young, I started to realize that that everything around is commerce. So my dad was like, man, you should really run with that as a name. You should start calling yourself Commerce. So actually when I was 16, I started calling myself Commerce Sergeant. But I didn't even really look at it as a artist name, until I started further growing my career. Because at first I was Cali Hustle, but then I was like, man, looking at it, commerce means more, especially when I'm on stage and I tell people the meaning behind commerce and why I'm commerce and why they're commerce. It's a broader picture of it. So that's where the name came from, and that's how the breakdown of it.
So are you signed? Are you independent? What's the situation?
Currently I'm independent. I have a full team, a full oil machine team, and I'm currently in the works doing a EP deal with Empire Records. So we're just waiting on the paperwork from that. But other than that, we're still independent. Empire still push independent artists as well. So it's just like we're under their umbrella basically. Still all distribution. I think I'll stay independent.
So Empire is like a major lane. I see Empire and United Masters, kind of changing the lane.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as the way deals are structured with artists. So
true. Because I mean,
is that the future?
Yeah, it's definitely the future of artists, because they're not giving you a 360 deal. They're giving you 100% of your writers and your publishing. So I mean, that's really big when it comes to artists getting their writers and publishing credits. Because I mean, if you're an artist that's just coming into the game, you're not going to get that much percentage of writers and publishing. It's just how it is.
So how do you generate revenue though as an independent artist?
You generate revenue from your streams, from your shows, from your merchandise, from your endorsements. There's tons of ways to generate revenue as an artist, but you have to establish yourself as a brand, as a business first before you even can start making income. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, a lot of artists generate income off of their streams off of Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, TikTok. I know artists that have endorsements from Fashion Nova, PSD. It's just about, how you structure your market.
So how did you get into this whole rap game? I know you mentioned it earlier. You kind of dabbled with it at 16.
Yeah.
But with this whole situation and this whole team, how did that come about?
I mean, well, music's been in my family since I can remember. My mom grew up. She worked at the radio station when I was young. So, I mean, growing up from me being 5 to 12, like I was at the radio station looking at her spin records, deal with other artists. So it was always in something that I was in tune to. But, just growing up, when I saw that my talent, I had to recognize my talent. When I recognized my talent, then I started to take it serious. But as far as the team, man, that took years, man, because I've been doing this, like I said, since after high school, 18, for over 10 years now. It took me 10 years to finally get to a position to where I'm at now, to where I can do and maneuver how I want to maneuver, and actually have somebody that's dependable, because it's hard to have a team that you can depend on, like a cameraman that you can just have, or a security guard, or an engineer, a producer. PR. A lot of people don't have these people on the team, and you need a solid team to move. You can't do it all by yourself.
I feel that. So when it comes to is it like a what you say, a music group, or is there other artists
No, I would
involved in
say
it?
it's a conglomerate. I would say it's like a conglomerate, exactly. It's other artists involved, it's other engineers, there's multiple engineers, multiple producers, multiple cameramen, like it's just a big team of people all focused on one goal.
All right, so
And
shows, man.
that's VST, by the way. VST Music Group, is the umbrella.
For sure. So I seen you rock out at Cali Hip Hop Fest.
Yeah, fam.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
thank you.
saying?
Appreciate that. Yeah, man. It was
The
lit.
shows,
It was
the
lit.
shows. How you go about doing shows? Do you pick and choose, or you kind of trying to?
Yeah, man.
'Cause-
Usually, I got all type of different promoters in my DM. Like my boy Fresh, like just hit me this morning and said he got a show for me opening for DW Flame. But I told him I turned it down because this October 8th I already have an event. But a lot of promoters just hit me in my DM for shows. Like, if you want to do this show, because they see I have a following on Instagram, and we all have mutual friends in Instagram. Like it's a small circle in California. Majority of promoters all know each other, and it's like a competition. So they all try to get that artist at the next show or the next venue. That's what it's about out here. Just bringing the artists out with the fan base.
So they saying that California is one of the biggest states that produce the least amount of artists.
You're right about that. Yeah,
the West Coast is very hard to break an artist out here.
Yeah.
Like, what is the hurdles as an artist you see coming from the West Coast?
Man, I can tell you right now. I just did a show in Colorado last month, and it was the craziest experiences for me. And speaking on that, that's why it's so hard to break an artist in California, because I went to another state where they just genuinely loved me, and they've never seen anything like California before. It was in Colorado, Fort Collins. Like, that's like right by Colorado State University. It's nothing but Caucasian people. They say it's 2 million Caucasian people, 20,000 black people there, and you see it. But like in California, it's very saturated out here. There's tons of artists out here. It's a lot of competition, people doing the same thing, moving the same way out here. So when you have competition like that, you have people that look at you in more of a envy. Like, I want to do that too, more than looking at your show and like more appreciating it. You're appreciating your art. It's like in California, it's competition. They want to do what you do. Instead of you go to another state, they will appreciate it more because they never seen nothing like that. In California, we go outside, we'll see a Bentley, we'll see a celebrity walking up the street. Like we see everything out here. You go to another state, they're not seeing no celebrities, they ain't seeing Bentleys like that, they're not seeing foreign anything. So it's just like out here, we move at a fast pace. It's hard to break artists out here because like every artist is an artist. Everybody's an artist out here. Everybody does everything out here. This is where everybody comes to be that artist or be that photographer or be that boxer, whatever you want to be. People come to California to do that. So that's why they say if you want to really break, you got to go to different states. Like I'm going to Atlanta next month because like Colorado just opened my eyes. Like, man, I gotta do more shows out of state. I'm going everywhere. We're doing a tour out of state now. Like once we did that Colorado show, we like, oh, we immediately doing a tour now because they love us there. How are they gonna love us in Kentucky? How are they gonna love us in Wisconsin, in Atlanta, in New York? They're gonna love us even more because we're gonna bring that Cali vibe to every different state, and that's how artists breaks. Artists really breaks when they start getting that fan base in every other state around them. Then California is gonna appreciate that artist. They're gonna be like, oh, I gotta fuck with him now because everybody else fucking with him in the other state. New York fucking with him. We got Atlanta, Texas, Michigan. They all fucking with him. So that's when California shows you love. That's just how it is out here.
That's real. Like Nip, he went and established himself in the UK.
Yep, real shit. Exactly.
He was over here getting 10 racks a show.
Yep.
In the States, he go overseas, he getting 100 racks a show.
Yeah, easy.
You know what I'm saying? You look at YG, he had to go under Jeezy umbrella and get popping in Atlanta.
Yep, exactly.
To even get recognized in the. Sorry to say, but you got to get up out of Cali to make it from Cali.
Right? Yeah, that's true. That's just how it is, man. You got to get out of Cali.
Unless you like Top Dog, you tap in with Top Dog, man.
Oh yeah,
they've been doing their shit, man. They break artists.
Yeah, right. You're right. If you tap in,
Coast.
Right, they break artists from the West Coast. Like it's a few people like Top Dog or Nipsey. He had Big U behind him, so that was Big U breaks tons of artists, man. Like that's just like an OG from LA, everybody knows. So you go through a few people, you're going to automatically go to the top. It's just like, it's just an umbrella. Like they say it's 5 steps to making it, as an artist. You got to go through the radar stage to get to that national stage, but some artists, you can skip the radar stage if you have what's it called, cosigns. If other big artists are co-signing you already, then you're gonna skyrocket to the top. That's just how it is.
Yes, sir. So what would you say is your next step?
Right now, my next step is just concentrating on more music. I'm recording maybe 3 to 4 tracks a week. I got an EP coming out with a co-artist. I got an EP coming out myself. I got a new video coming out. I got a big interview with iHeartRadio Music. So I'm looking forward to that as well. That should bring me into a whole different fan base. Right there. So I got a lot of big stuff and big things in the work. And I'm looking forward to.
It sounds like your team working, man. You got PR, you got new content, you in the studio. That's what that machine do for you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, brother. You're right 100%, man. That's why. But like I said, it took time for me to get this, man. Because last year this time I wasn't in the position I am now. Last year this time I didn't have the same team. Last year this time, God knows, I had a different team. A totally different team last year than this year. And it's crazy how the universe works. Like they open your eyes to things that you never see before. But the team that I have now, and it's just like so solid and genuine. Like you can feel it. You feel the energy with people. You feel the vibe, and it feels good. When you're working with people and you got the same focus. Because that's rare nowadays, man. A lot of people don't have the same focus as the man to you. So, man, when you do it, it's like I said, it's a machine and it keeps going, man. It keeps going.
Yes, sir. So I know you got to get something popping for Super Bowl weekend. We got Super Bowl in LA this year.
Are you saying? I did not know that. What?
We got Sophie Stadium this year.
Are you serious?
At the new Sophie Stadium, LA, we got the Super Bowl this year.
Oh my
So whatever
God.
you do, man, get on that.
It's going up.
That shit right now.
Yeah, it's going
Super
up.
Bowl going up.
It's gonna be crazy.
What do you think about LA sports right now, man?
Man,
the Clippers about to build their new arena right next to
I
Sophie
see that.
Stadium.
I see that though, man. It's about time though, man, that they split those arenas up. Man, it's been when they walking through the locker room together, man, and everything.
Don't tell me you're a Laker fan. No.
Die hard.
Die
hard, man. I'm die hard Laker fan, so man. You really gang.
You really think with this all that roster y'all gonna do this?
He said, man? You really think? Hey, look it. I know this is a sweep, man. We sweeping everybody. This is sweep. It's not even fair at this point, huh?
That's what they said in Cleveland when he got D-Wade and
but you
all
heard
them niggas in Cleveland, and what happened? 40 games later, all them niggas was no longer. He was there with Larry Nance Jr.
Hey, you right, but this is a totally different squad, man. We got Russ running the 1. We got LeBron at 2. You got Melo at the 3. Dwight at the Davis at the 4 and Dwight at the 5. Oh my God, that don't make no sense, huh?
Starting lineup.
That could be, and that's dangerous though.
Y'all just making up lineups.
Wait, no, Rondo. You got Rondo at the point, but
talking about LeBron going to the 4.
He can play any position.
Davis playing the 5.
That's dangerous too, because LeBron can play any position.
And they're talking about bringing in a shooting guard to offset. Whatever.
It's really no competition, man.
Wayne Ellington at shooting guard.
Who's your team?
I'm a Clipper fan.
Oh my God, this guy! That says it all. That says it all.
What you talking about? I'm a Clipper fan, straight up.
Hey, no, all right. Listen, don't get it wrong. I'm a Clipper fan as well. I love the Clippers. Like, man, I love the Clippers and LA, man. LA teams in general, man. But if if Clippers are playing Lakers, I'm gonna go for the Lakers.
If Kawhi did not get injured last year, we would be champions.
You are 100% right about that. If he did not get injured,
Phoenix wouldn't have went there. We wouldn't have known where
they gave it to Phoenix, man.
Points.
They gave it to Phoenix.
I don't know, man. That's real though, man. But for real, that Super Bowl, tell your team tap in right now.
Yeah, for real, man. That Super Bowl gonna be crazy, fam.
So as far as like other things like interviews and you said an interview with iHeartRadio.
Yeah, my girl Kalisha, she's a PR for she has her own podcast actually on iHeartRadio, and she's a PR for Rap TV. She does a lot.
What's the podcast?
Oh yeah, her podcast. I'll pull up right here. It's just iHeartRadio Kalisha podcast. Like I'll pull it up right here.
And what is it about?
Kalisha Pereira. What she does is she bring artists on here. She just had Bino on there and Blast. Basically just ask them questions, break down their artistry, new tracks that they going over and stuff. It's like a cool little podcast that she does. And also on Rap TV, the playlist LA, but I plugged with her basically, we just made a good business friendship. Like sometimes I feel like it's good to make business friendships before making friendships out of business, because like it's like we got the business out the way already, so now we can be really friends now. So like that's kind of like what I did with her. We just like got some business out the way, and then like we became like really cool. So then like she hit me up like, hey, I got this opportunity for you for iHeartRadio, a feature on iHeartRadio. It'll be pretty good for your brand and for your verification. Because like what I'm concentrating on is getting my verification badge on IG. And like a lot of artists don't know, like to get verified you need press. Like you need like
we are media press. We do blog write-ups and this is what we do.
That's amazing. I'm in the right place right now,
exactly.
Man. See, the universe knows how to work, man. The universe brings everybody together at the right time, man. Like I'm a firm believer in that, man. That's just how I'm a firm believer in energy, like just how they brought us together right now. But exactly, she just said she had a good opportunity for me, and I took it. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait on it, so that should be coming up by the end of this year.
So when you talk about relationships, how are the relationships with other artists? Do you do features?
Oh yeah, of course.
How do you
yeah.
do about how do you go about that?
Yeah, well, it depends. I definitely do features, and then, I mean, if I fuck with artists, I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm not gonna charge you for a feature like that. If we're in the studio vibing and we just
see what they say that's you're deterring your brand when you do that.
Yeah, it's true, but it just depends. Like, all right, say if me and you are in the studio, like we just met at Cali Hip Hop Festival, you're an artist and I'm an artist. Instead of you interviewing me on this podcast, you want to hop in the studio with me. So I'll take a look at your Instagram. We already know each other as well, too. I'll take a look at your Instagram. Your Instagram is pretty much popping. You're like you have a nice brand, established brand. I don't think it would be beneficial for either one of us to charge either one for that. I think it would be more beneficial for us to just do a feature together and expand both of our brands, because we can piggyback off each other. That's what it's doing, unless you're like an artist like Drake or the Migos, unless you're like a major artist to where you can just charge like, I need $100K for that feature. But even them, I'm pretty sure Drake's not charging Migos the same thing he's gonna charge Block Boy JB that feature that he does with him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna show them love, like, man, just do this for me or whatever. That's like the same thing I would do with like a artist that I really want to fuck with. But if an artist is just coming at me to just wants a feature, like an artist from Michigan or something, like I just want a feature, of course you're gonna charge him, because he's just trying to make a bag and really get off of your brand. But an artist that's already on the same level as your brand, yeah, we just gonna do that feature and knock it out.
So what about Empire? Do they give you like access to their whole Rolodex of artists? Because I know it's a lot of artists.
It's not like that. I mean, it's because Empire is just like an umbrella. Like most people have their own record label, and then they just put their record label under Empire. So it's not like because I mean it's Mozzie, 50 Cent, like Kendrick, like tons of big artists that are right now under Empire that people don't even know, but they just have like a contract with Empire. Like majority of it's
BT Awards weekend. I went to the Empire brunch.
Wow, that's dope.
And
that's
it was a bunch. I felt kind of out of place because it was just rappers talking to rappers.
Yeah, right.
It was like everybody in there was a
like,
rapper.
You know
what I'm saying? It was like the ultimate networking spot for rappers.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they allowed cameras and like media.
Yeah.
So it was like I kind of was there, like, hey, I don't rap.
All right.
You know but it was dope to see that type of environment.
Still cool experience, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would definitely understand that. I think it was.
So you said you got a video done. Is this for a single? What's the project you got out right now?
Yeah, it's for a single. The song is Time for That. I performed it at Cali Hip Hop Fest. It's been out for maybe like 2-3 months right now. And I just started to get heavy promo on it because honestly, I was not pushing the song. Like I had some other people, one of my mentors was in my ear. Is one of my mentors, he breaks artists. And I was just listening to him, but sometimes you got to take your own advice. And he was telling me like, man, you're a way better artist than this song. I'm telling you, like, just put it out, but don't do like heavy promo on that song, because like it's a great song, don't get me wrong, but you're better than that song, and you need to come out more of like, he said he sees me more of like in a J. Cole or Kendrick light as an artist, which don't get me wrong, like that's my type of artistry. Like I like that's why I paint pictures with my music. I'm not on like no gimmick type of music. I really talk about stuff that really has a meaning to it. So that's why he was like, man, like I don't want you to come out with Time for That. It's kind of like a gimmick song. But like when I dropped the song, it did so good, it did so well, like, and got great response. Everybody was like, damn, man, that's the one. Like, nigga, that's the hit right there. What are you doing? So then I was like, man, my other team, they're like, nigga, forget what so-and-so talk about. Nigga, you need to push that. Like, let's push Time for That. Like, no, we need to do a video for it. We need to do big promo behind it. Like, you need to start pushing that, like, as a real single. So then this was just within the past month. Like, so now within the past month, I really start pushing Time for That as a single, and I performed it like maybe like 6 times so far, and like the crowd just goes crazy over, like they really like vibe back with me, interact with that song. So I was like, okay, this is maybe the one that I really need to push. So we're starting to do a video for Time for That, right now.
I know, but you gotta be real careful about that single, especially being coming from the IE.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's a whole nother hurdle. It's one thing to make it out of California,
right?
It's a whole nother thing to make it out the IE.
That's true.
We got Doggy Style, which is probably the most buzzing IE artist that I've heard of right now.
Well, I mean, the biggest artist came out of IE, but don't really. I wouldn't say he don't really rep IE, because he do shit. He just brought Nas to IE and had Nas shout out the IE Hit Boy. I mean, he's pretty big in the IE, but he don't really be like putting on for the IE. Like, I'm gonna put on for the IE. Like, people gonna say like, oh, Commerce, like, yeah, he's from the IE. That artist actually, he puts on for the IE. When people think of the IE, like, they gonna think of Commerce. Like when people think of the IE, they don't think of Hit Boy. They think of Doggy Style. You're right, because he's one of the biggest artists out of San Bernardino right now. But that's my boy. We really connected, me and Doggy Style. My engineer, who is Sav, did it. He produces for Doggy Style. My cameraman that you met, that's Doggy Style's little bro, real. So that's how me and Doggy Style are connected.
Okay, that's crazy.
All right.
So do you think it's like this competition thing in the IE for everybody to be the king of the IE per se?
Nah,
there's kind of no throne. It's kind of like
empty
throne, and everybody seems like they're fighting for that title. From the artists that I've heard, they all want to be like that nigga that made it out the IE.
You right. I mean, because it is some type of justification in that. I mean, it's like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna go to a deeper level to where like that really doesn't mean nothing. But on the surface, yeah, it does mean something. Like, it means something in a sense that no artist has ever really came out of the Inland Empire and actually put on for the whole entire county. Like, only person that had it, J.O. Felony, back in the 90s, like, he had it in his hands and he dropped the ball. Like, Hit Boy, like, he's not really, it's nobody. It's only a handful of artists that I can think of right now, which is Doggy Style, maybe L.A. Deuce. That's it. I can't think of any other artists right now. So when you think of something like that, then as an artist coming from my perspective, of course, I want to claim that throne, because like, this is my town, so you're going to have some type of.
So as far as your marketing and advertising, do you market towards the IE crowd?
Oh,
to
yeah,
try
definitely.
To capture that, or
yeah, like
my it more outwardly?
It depends. Like the Atalanto show I just had, like, it was I marketed for all of the IE, because I wanted majority of everybody from the IE to come to that show. But it depends on what I'm marketing. Like, if I'm marketing like a new single, it's gonna be broadened to like all over the states, all over the world, But certain stuff you want to market for certain towns. But like I just I'm about to go on this high school tour. Excuse me. I just talked to the school board, and basically I'm gonna start talking to the high schoolers about just more staying positive, staying in school, but performing at the high schools as well. So that's just it's just good for my brand and good for the kids as well, teaching them something new as well.
So if you had advice for artists that's starting out right now, young boy, 18, what I'm saying? What would that advice be?
Man, do it yourself, man. Don't wait for nobody. Like, don't wait for nobody. Do it yourself. Because once you start doing it yourself, everybody's gonna come and hop on board with you. That's just how it is. Like, And that's how I had to learn. Like I had to start doing everything myself and let the universe work. Like just sit back, do it yourself, be patient, let the universe work. You know, it's gonna happen for you.
Yes, sir. Well, tell everybody where they can hear their recent shit and uh all your social media handles and shit.
Oh yeah, well, you can find me on IG. I am Commerce, just how it sounds. You know, new single is on iTunes, Spotify, every platform you can see. You can find me on YouTube. Video Secure the Bag is still up right now and available. Other than that, hey, peace and love, positive vibrations, 24/7. That's what we all about. Hey, appreciate you for having me, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Listen to this everywhere you get your podcast, man, on PolitiKan Radio. We out this bitch.
Yeah. Nice. That's what's up. Thanks, man. That's what's up.